Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, hey,
No, leave the
hey.
music on. Leave the music on. I was jamming
You're jamming once again, ladies and gentlemen. We have the one and only Mr. Rick Balderrrama.
Saludos,
Yay!
saludos.
Saludo, saludo,
How's
saludo.
everybody doing?
Thank you. How are you doing, brother?
Man,
Long,
I am doing great.
long,
Doing great.
long time no talk since what was it? Thursday?
Thursday. No, actually, we talked Friday.
Yeah, we did talk Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked. We
We did
texted.
talk Thursday. We talked Wednesday. We talked Tuesday.
We talked.
Man, I'm getting jealous over here.
Hey, bestie, how are you doing, girlfriend?
I'm good. I'm living the summer life right
The
now.
summer love. Hey, real quick. Congratulations on your music video. You are killing it. Hilda
Aw,
Lamas and her new music
thank
video is
you.
just killing it.
Thank you,
It.
guys.
It's just if you haven't heard, get in the word. Hilda, give us a little bit background on your music video, girlfriend,
Oh,
because it's way cool and it's just
aw.
it gives you a different side, a different look for you because your music is usually kind of I mean, it's still powerful, but this is a cumbia for you. It's a different side of you.
Yeah, so it's my very first cumbia, first and foremost. So that was exciting in itself.
Awesome.
But then, of course, when you have a master producer, Mr. Rick Garcia, just so happens
Oh,
to be my
yeah.
wonderful husband. And there's a
Give the
connection
props.
actually to Rick over here on this show because my husband worked with your dad like way back in the day.
With the
So
also. Yes. I think it was like 94, something like that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, something like
I was
that.
like 11 or 12 years old, I think. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so this is super,
Right.
super exciting for me to be able to put out a cumbia, and it's something different, like you said. I come from blues, soul, R&B kind of stuff,
Yes.
and then here I am doing my. I don't want to say a transition. I just want to say that I'm expanding my catalog.
There you go. Absolutely. There you go.
So yeah, and this video was shot in Mexico, Matamoros, Mexico. So that was really, really cool because I've only been to like the real world, just like the barely take like 10 steps into Mexico. So this was different for me. Actually getting to see how beautiful the country really is. And we got to go sightseeing and stuff like that. So that was nice. And so I'm just happy everybody's enjoying it. It was a fun video. There were so many talented actors involved, and I couldn't have done it without them. And of course, the songwriter, Mr. Marroquin, Mr. Pedro Marroquin, and he's got a lot more coming for you guys, not just with me, but there's other artists he's also working with, as well as his own material coming out really, really soon. So yeah, that's exciting.
Well,
That's
congratulations to you,
awesome.
girlfriend.
Congratulations. Yes.
Thank
TDK
you.
says saludos, Hilda. He also says, check this out. Tejano ain't dead, baby. Qvo George Clooney de la Onda.
I love it.
Mr. DDK. DDK is
TDK.
the
TDK, hey.
Mr. TDK often imitated, never duplicated. That man right there can dance, man. He's
That's
awesome,
right.
man.
He's a hip shaker, a rum
Aw.
shaker of Tejano music right there. Rick, do you have oh shit, here we start already. Right off the bat, do you have a fireman outfit? Hilda, don't start. Wait a minute, Rick.
Actually,
you're
Rick,
the one
I do want to know the answer to that question. So do you have a fireman's outfit?
come on.
Uh, my fiance lets me wear it every night and then, just kidding.
Would you like to be in our calendar?
On special occasions. No.
Let's not go down that road. We're talking about music today.
Okay, my bad.
He can be in my next music video. I mean, come on.
I know he can. We went off on a tangent not too long ago about firemen, and it just got way off the track. So I was like, "Holy shit, ring it back in."
Yeah, but how much feedback did we have from our firemen?
We had a ton. Next thing you know, we were like, casual. Normally we hit about 200 listeners, but this time it blew up. It was just crazy. It was insane. So
I think firemen is a safe topic. Firemen, Tejano music, all in one.
no.
Shirtless in a video. I mean, I'm just saying, throwing it out there.
No. Let's not do that.
Hey, the video would
you've
probably
been
go viral.
Yeah, right. You
Just
did.
saying. Just saying.
So Rick, you've been really busy. I know you have because I talk to you all the time. You're a good friend of mine. You've been
Yeah.
in the studio, and you've been not just one studio because I normally run into you at Slack Monster, but you've
Mhm.
been you've been hitting it up with Gabriel Zavala. You've been everywhere.
Yes.
You write music with a lot of different other artists. You're like you're just everywhere, and you really keep the true flavor of La Onda alive. Which I mean La Onda Tejana, not necessarily Tejano music. People forget that Tejano music is just such a different. The way it started out, the evolution, and I'm only finding this out because of the fact that I'm doing the documentary that I keep talking about, where I interview a lot of these Tejano legends. They never called it Tejano music. It was always Chicano music. It was
Yep.
Onda
Yep.
music. That's what it was. Your father was involved with that a lot, as
Yes.
La Patria, and it slowly evolved into Tejano music only because majority of the people that were playing it were from Texas, and it was just la música de Texas. Gracie, by the way, says hello to everybody.
Oh, hey, Miss
Hello.
Gracie.
Gracie, how are you?
Yeah, but so anyway, you know that you're keeping that essence, with the horns, the big horns, and the harmonies is the one key thing that we miss a lot from back in the day. And the reason I say that is because back in the day, when you had to go into the recording studio, you actually didn't have the opportunity like you do today, where you could retake and retake and retake and retake. Back in the day, you had to be on the dime every time you went in. You recorded, and you only had a short amount of time. You didn't have time to be messing around. You went in, you knocked out 10 songs in one day, and you had to be on the point. Go ahead.
On that note, Indio, on that note, Hilda, when we went into Hacienda Records in Corpus,
Mhm.
we did a whole album within 48 hours. A
Yeah,
whole
I
album.
believe it. I
Wow.
Yeah.
believe it. Rick
Yeah.
always tells me stories, just different groups that would come in. And when you go to the studio, you're there to stay until it's finished. It was
Yes.
none of this,
Yeah.
oh, come back in a couple of weeks or
Yeah.
this or that or whatever. I mean, you had to knock it out because that's when
Yeah.
everybody was there. So you just had to get the job done.
And I think one thing that helped, again, I said 94, there was really no cell phones or cell phones like we have now. So nobody's, or like me, nobody's like, but
No
it's all about
selfies.
just hitting it, you don't even keep track of time. Before you know it, it's 4 in the morning. It's like, okay, that sounds great. Okay, what's next? Well, I think we ought to go get 2 or 3 hours worth of sleep and come back. But it was great. I mean, it's making music, changing things while we're there in the studio, and it was putting it out,
Harmonies, changing 2-part to 3-part, and all
Yes.
this other stuff, and it was just, and that's one of the things that's, with first world problems. It's just like, oh wow, I for me, I've been around music long enough to where I can tell when it's actual human harmonies and when it's just duplicated. I can tell the difference, when it's just
Mhm.
the same vocals. It's plastered over, and I'm like, because it's just different. It just sounds different. I
The
mean,
feeling's not
yeah,
there.
yeah. You can tell.
Exactly.
You can
Yes.
really, really, really tell.
Yeah.
Real quick, TDK chimed in. He goes, Rick is actually a very good dancer. I tell everyone every chance I get. He can dance with the best of them. Really?
Wow. Now, can you imagine that wearing a fireman's outfit? Just saying.
That's magical. I did not know that, TDK. He says, hello,
Yeah.
Gracie, TDK. That's just
There you go, TDK, getting started.
getting started already.
Abby and I love to dance. That's one thing we love to do is dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's and you're another person that I'm proud to say that you're along with me, a proud supporter of Tejano music in general. You don't have favorites; you just go out and support music, and I really do appreciate that about you. And Hilda and I, we always stress you got to go out and support your Tejano
Absolutely.
artists. Go
Yeah.
to the shows, buy
Yeah.
their merch and everything else, and so we do that all the time. And actually, Rick is the reason that we are starting up um, our
Fireman's
Janie's
calendar?
record. No, 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 no. Not. Let's leave that fireman
He didn't
calendar
say
alone.
no.
Janie Record Shop Minute is the one. Janie's Minute is it's because he introduced me to the people at Janie's Record Shop, and and they're wonderful people, and they got a wealth of knowledge and information. And it's not always the the stuff that they used to know, or the stuff that happened before, but they're very current. That's the key thing. They're still current, and people don't realize that music is still being produced, and they are a hub for music that's being produced right now. And there is nothing on this planet that beats the tangibility of holding a CD. There is nothing that beats the tangibility of that. Yes, you can stream it, you can put it on your Spotify list, and that's cool. Don't get me wrong, but then you have to just flip through there, But if you have a CD, you have something that you can hold on to. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Daniels just joined us. El cantante Marcus Daniels, Marcus D.
My brother Marcus, man. Marcus is
Oh,
amazing, man.
Yeah, he's got the
Yes,
D voice. D voice. Hey, how you
yeah.
doing? He's very
Yes.
quiet. I've interviewed him. Interviewing him is like pulling teeth. He does. Well, I just do it. So tell me, what was it like climbing that Mount Everest? Well, I just did it. No, he's a great guy. I love him to death.
Oh
He's
yeah.
a great talent, wonderful and everything else. I keep telling people, look, Marcus Daniels is Marcus Daniels. He is a great singer. He's a good country singer. Is what he is.
He sings everything great, man.
Yeah, he sings
I
everything
love.
great. Yeah,
Yes,
he's more on the countryside. So quit putting him in there with with he's not what's his name from Culturas.
D.
D, yeah, he's not D Burleson. He's not. That's a
He's Marcus
totally
Daniels.
different person. Marcus is his own man.
Yes,
Let's treat him as Marcus, not as D. So we have a problem with labeling in this world. We like to label things, we don't. What about the rest of us? Marcus Daniels, it's already. DDK, what are you doing, brother? You started to
He's
fire.
stirring the pot tonight, yeah.
I know. Janie, love you, mijo, listening. Janie Balderrama, thank you so very much.
That's my mother. That's Mrs. Henry Balderrama right there.
Mrs. Henry, hey, congratulations on your ring, Miss Henry. Because
yeah, she won that ring.
she won it. Loudly no, she was letting us know, hey, Rick's mom is the one that won the ring.
A quick little story on that, Hilda. Check it out. So my mom went, to Market Square during Fiesta Week, and I guess you had to get a raffle ticket to get a chance for the drawing to win that diamond ring that Laura Lina gives away. So it so happened to be my mom. My mom's like, I never win it. She went up on stage, and of course everybody was Facebook Live, right? Me, my brother, my sister. What's doing out the Market Square?
Mom doing out there? She's out there going, hey, ho, ho, it's me.
Not only that, when she went up there, she told Laura Linda in her ear, she goes, I'm Rick Balderrama's mom. Oh, okay, this is Rick Balderrama's mom. My brother and my sister called me and say, what the heck? What are we? Well, you're only Rick Balderrama's mom.
Chop liver.
Oh my God,
she has other children, but they don't count, man.
Exactly.
So funny.
they don't matter. They don't matter.
Yes. Also, saludos to Norma. Norma has chimed in.
Yeah, Norma Salazar. Yeah, from up there in Holland, Michigan.
Yes.
Yeah, Miss Norma. How are you doing, girlfriend? Nice to see you in there.
A very good friend of mine named Alfonso Lopez, listening from Hondo, Texas. This gentleman right here, my dad and his dad go back a long way. They used to have a club in Qvo, Texas called Club Lopez. I mean, I was still in high school playing there. And so we kind of grew up together like that. But this gentleman, I call him one of my sponsors because he will never let me, wherever I need to fly anywhere, I want to say it's kind of like on his dime. So I call him my sponsor.
Wow. I need to go to Las Vegas.
So he gets all of these Tejano Dead Baby merchandise on the house.
There you go. Always take care of the people that take care of you.
Absolutely.
That's the way it is. Marcus Daniels says, thank you very much. Hey, Mark, anytime, Mark, you need to come back to the show. We've already done the show once before. We need to get back so that we could, get more, get some more information, get some more, get caught up, brother, because, you are relevant, and we really do appreciate all the work and hard work that he does. And, and he's great talent just by, he's a great person. I love him just as a person, just as a regular guy. He's a great guy and a great talent.
Mm-hmm.
To have him there. No es hijo de Bobby Butler. No, he's not Bobby Butler's brother. Bobby Butler's from San Angelo, by the way.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah, Alfonso from Hondo, Texas is listening. Tejano ain't dead, baby. Thank you so very much. Evelyn Gomez, thank you so very much. Also joining us here. Hello, Rick.
Hi,
she
Evelyn.
says.
Evelyn is a diehard old school La Patria fan.
There
I'm
you go.
talking from way, way. She's like she's our family. We love her to death. Her brother Ben, her whole family, her mom, kind of everybody. They're just like their family. And when we were originally, they were up in Odessa, Midland area also.
Uh-huh.
So whenever we were up there, they were there. I mean, anywhere we played at, and afterwards, menudo at their place after the gig.
Oh no.
And yes, yes. So now they live in the Divine area. Now they're here in the area. So I appreciate them for all their support, not only for me but for Tejano music. They're amazing people.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, you know, I told you my menudo story. So the Texas Latino was supposed to be playing here in San Angelo, but unfortunately, the club that they were playing at, they closed. Well, I made menudo for them.
Did you freeze it?
No, what am I? I'm not going to eat it. I don't like menudo.
That's why I said no. Did you freeze it? Bring it down when you come down.
Oh, you know what? I didn't even think of that. Huh? I didn't know you could do that.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I don't know, dude. I'm not a menudo connoisseur. I know how to make it. I don't eat it. I'm sorry, man. TDK. Saludo Hondo Owl, says TDK. Thank you so very much there, brother.
Right.
Norma says, yes, amen. And Alfonso there, yes, my brother. We got Maria Aguilar Ochoa. Mari. Hey, how you doing? Say hi, Hilda.
Hi, Mari.
I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, missing the valley. Don't miss the valley, mija.
Have fun. Have fun.
Charleston, South Carolina is muggy in itself. I've been up there up there at Jekyll Island, actually, there in South Carolina. I've been up there. I was stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia, when I was in the military. By the way, today is Memorial Day, and we're having a special day for Memorial Day. I posted on there, to remember those that have fallen for our freedom to vote, our right to free speech, all of the rights that we take it for granted. You know, there's people that have paid the ultimate price for that. Amen. Today is Memorial Day for that, to remember them that have fallen before us. And also, I want to share this one, and I don't want to bring the mood down, but I do want to share this one. That's a very important statistic that I share with a lot of people, especially in this time, is that the number one way of death for soldiers, for veterans, is suicide. You know, that's the highest percentage of people that commit suicide are veterans. And that's because we suffer from PTSD, and we're much more, there's so much stuff that's being put to us, but you know what? I find that it's so much easier to make somebody's day just by saying hello, a smile.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't cost you a thing. So smile more. By the way, frowning takes up 18 muscles. Smiling only takes up 6. That's frown lines. There you go. So do that instead. So why not, stay younger, do that. Hello, Rick from Poteet, Texas. Velma Lopez Montemayor. Velma.
Yes. Wowie. Yes.
Wowie. I like that name, Velma. It reminds me of the Archies.
I made it out there, I think, about a month and a half ago, and got to spend time with Wowie and Velma, and I had me a mango nada. It was amazing.
Mango nada. I'm afraid to ask what that is.
Some kind of icy. I don't know how to explain it, but it's good.
Whatever it is, it's good. Oh, Carla Cristina is in the house. Hola, amigos. Saludos. Carla.
How are you?
Congratulations on your song, mija. And she's got the collaboration with a young lady that's from Mexico. Now, get this. This is a wonderful story. So she released Signadora with Jonathan, right? With Espinosa, and he was doing the Espinosa project. So they released the song. These people in Mexico, a couple of producers, they heard the music and they got inspired to make a whole new Tejano album with this artist. They got inspired by her album, and then they asked her to be on this single, and then so she's singing along with this new single. I'll get you the name of the song here in a bit, but yeah, she's on a single right now, and she inspired it. I mean, how wonderful is that? Is that
awesome.
Cool? It's a song, and it's from Mexico. I'll get the deets up here. I'll put it up here in a minute. But yeah, that's pretty cool. For me, it's awesome. So
yeah, absolutely, yes.
No, I think it's awesome. I love Carla Cristina.
Yeah, great voice, a wonderful person, beautiful person, inside and out. And I just love her to death. You know, another great person that you hear, hey, Rita Cappuccina. She's on. Hola,
Rita!
how are you doing, Rita?
Hello, Rita.
Hijo, I told you about Rita, man. She holds that note so long. She lives here in San Angelo. I see her all the time. I nearly when we did this one show where I was cooking, and the thing went, and so Gracie's like, we could get fireproof clothes for her next time you invite her, so you
Just
won't
get a
burn.
fireman.
Yes.
She bought a fire extinguisher and everything. I was like, Grace,
Just get a
that's
fireman,
harsh,
right,
man.
Rita? Just get a fireman.
Oh, come on, not with a fireman.
So that he walked into that one. He did not even.
Right into that one.
Well, Rita, she's one of those ladies that can carry a note. She can hit that note. She can bake some cookies, do the taxes, send off letters to Santa Claus, and then and finish it out.
Yeah.
Wonderful talent, a beautiful person as well. Yeah, all gave some gave all.
Yeah.
Gone but never forgotten. Thank you very much, TDK. That's very,
Also,
very
shout
true.
out. I think a very good friend of mine, Memo Rincon. He's from Waco, Texas. He's here in the chat. The gentleman has. I think he plays bass. He's now playing with Bobby Pulido. He was playing with the Iconics. He recorded 2 of my albums. Awesome person, awesome musician. I call him my brother. Memo, saludos, man.
Memo, how are you
Great
doing, brother,
guy.
man?
Great,
Thank you for
great,
joining
great
us, Memo.
friend.
That's
Yes.
true. Hey, one of the greatest names I love saying here on the radio, Patricia Archuleta Fincher Mancini. Wow, I love that name. Hey, blessings,
Yeah.
everyone. She joins us.
Hi,
Get this.
Patricia.
You know why I love saying her name? First of all, I always call her out because she sneaks out because she works at night. She sneaks out during her break to listen to us. That's dedication, bro.
Aw.
She sneaks
Yeah.
out just to get her 15 minutes so that way she can listen to us. Thank you so very much for doing that.
That's
I really
awesome.
do
love.
appreciate that, girlfriend. I really do. TDK, we don't know them all, but we owe them all. That's very, very
Yes.
true. Thank you,
That's
sir.
right. That is right.
Carla says, thank you. It's a true story, Mija. That's awesome. And
Yes. Yes.
Rita's like, it's an awesome story. No, it's not. It makes me look stupid, man. Look at her. She put up emojis of fire, negative, and a fireman. And then what with your fireman context, she goes, you know it, Hilda.
Yep.
No, let's not do that.
You know, it wouldn't be so bad of a story for you if you would have had a fireman there. Like,
You know what? Let's not go there. We're not going to
just say, ask Gracie what she thinks.
how about I'm not going to ask Gracie that question. Memo Rincon is the bomb. Carla Cristina says that. And Memo says, thank you so very much, Rick. I love you, my brother. Yeah. And then Patricia, she agrees. She's like, yep, she sneaks out. Thank you so very much, Patricia. Now going on, Rick, you've been, like I was saying, you've been in the studio, you've been recording a lot of music, you've got an album coming out, but you're going to do something that's a little unconventional. You're going to do a double shot, brother, which is it's a bold move, bro. It's a bold move. Tell us about what your plans are coming up here this week.
Well, actually, I'm thinking by the end of the week, I will be releasing my second single off my upcoming album, which is due before the end of the month. Not this month, next month. And then I also recorded my first mariachi tune. And I think I'm going to be releasing that next week also. So how about, 2 different stuff. My first mariachi, and I loved it, man. Shout out to we're gonna call him Burril. That's what he calls himself. Well, that's what everybody calls him, Joel Villarreal. Awesome songwriter, and actually, him and Sevi wrote the ranchera that I'm gonna release. Him and Sevi wrote it, but and when you were talking about vocals earlier, he did the segunda with me on the ranchera. I usually do all my own harmonies, and then he did the background vocals on the mariachi, and oh my God, man, this gentleman is amazing. And just, I love staying with him and just, and listen to music. You know how we do at Seven. Hey, check it out. Even though somebody's recording, we're outside. Hey, check out this song. Well, check. What do you think about this? And it's an awesome vibe. And I mean, with musicians, and this gentleman is amazing. And Sevi does his magic there in the studio, and I'm very, very happy and content with this album and these singles that are coming out. So yeah, it's gonna be something.
Yeah, it's I've heard them both. I've had a chance to have a sneak peek on both of them. I'm really thrilled. I know we were together at Jenny's record shop, and we let
Becky.
Becky take a listen to it, and she fell in love with it. And so that's a really good indicator when people aren't. I
Oh
mean, they're
yes.
associated with music, but they're not, that tied in. That they do appreciate it, because that's always a good sign. And it's wonderful. And I'm in anticipation. It's a different move, but it's still a good move because of the fact that you're going one is going one direction and the other one is going a different direction, but they're still both
Mhm.
really, really good songs, and I'm really excited about it
That's
for you.
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you.
And
Excited. Yes. Very excited.
yeah, what brought on the writing of the mariachi song? Because like I said, this is your first mariachi song, and you're I would not have been surprised if you would said salsa, because we talk about salsa all the time.
Hmm.
But what brought on doing a mariachi song?
I've always wanted to do a mariachi song. Always. And I did do a photo shoot with an awesome friend of mine. And I wore I through a very good friend of mine. Yeah, I was looking for pants. I just wanted the pants with those shiny things on the side. And I'm like, okay, 250, 300. I'm saying, okay, hang on. And then, my fiance is looking for, she says, don't you know anybody? I go, let me call a person. I call a very good friend of mine. Her name is Diana, and her husband's a mariachi. And, and he had lost some weight. So she says, when are you going to be home? I'll be home at this time. Okay. They brought me two charro outfits.
Oh,
Right?
wow.
Wow.
And one was maroon, and I wanted to go black. The black one, she's like, he don't wear these. Hem him up, do whatever, take him up, do whatever you want. Fit me perfect. Fit me perfect.
Oh.
So I use so much hair product on my hair that I will not wear that big old hat. So it's one of my signatures right there. So I could, yeah. So we had a good time with the photo shoot, didn't we?
Yeah, we
Neo?
did. Yeah, that was fun. I'll tell you, I've shown up before without a cap, but people are so used to wearing me. The people are so used to me wearing a cap that when I show up without a cap of some sort, they're like, "Oh," and they don't realize that I really do have long hair. And they're like, "Wow, you have
Mhm.
like lots of hair." I have friends from high school. They're like, "Holy crap, man! Where'd you get all that hair?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm native, man." And they're all
Mhm.
balding and stuff. And I'm like, I have a full head of hair. They're like,
Yeah.
"What's this deal?" And when I go on my high school reunion, I like to just puff it out. Have a full mane of hair. It's just like
Mm. That's awesome. That
I
is
just
awesome.
make guys jealous and stuff. Yeah. You may be
So when you
taller than me, but do you have this great luxurious hair?
so when you were talking about different types of Latin or Tejano music,
Mhm.
kind of touching four different, when I want to say styles. I think I did it on this album, well, kind of without even realizing it. Of course, I do my Tejano, like cumbias, rancheras, and stuff like that. I did the mariachi, Tejano mariachi. I did do a Mark Anthony cover salsa
Of
because I
course.
just love salsa music, and then I did like an unplugged ballad with Gabe Zavala.
Oh wow.
And he played guitar on it. So it's like an acoustic guitar ballad, like with I mean, he just like knocked it out of the park. And I told him I'm one of those, and I'm sure a lot of people are. I'm sure you are. Like, okay, coach me through this. So what do you mean? I've had this song before COVID. He did the music. COVID happened. It was part, but I wanted it on this album. I go, what do you mean? I go, well, what would Gabe Zavala want on this song? I mean, to me, I looked at it two ways because it's a ballad. I can't, you can only do. But he just he added a couple of voices, doubled up on the, and he just, what do you think here? I just, I want the Gabe Zavala feel on this. I want your vibe.
Hmm.
So and he goes, really? I go, yes. That's what I'm paying you for. No, I'm just kidding. I'll tell you to record you, but I wanted his vibe, right? So man, he just like knocked it out, man. And then when he sent it to me, I'm like, oh my god. So there's another video right there. But no, ballad, unplugged ballad, mariachi, my Rick Balderrama Tejano, and then I did two types of Tejano. I call it two because I do my Rick Balderrama style, and I still have the old school La Patria, which is my dad. So I did one of my dad's songs from the '70s, same arrangement, same style, same key. Oh my God. I was like, can I have some water, Sammy? You want a shot, Rick? No, I just want some water. I did it the same key as well, you know, so it came out amazing. I was very happy. I showed that song to my mom. Yeah, I show all my music to my mom. When I showed her the one I did of my dad, and she just like, oh, you sound just like your dad. But
that you posted that picture on Instagram of where we were at when we were there at Janie's record shop when you found that CD. I mean that cassette tape of your dad. You look like your dad. Yes.
It was Deja Vu. It was from Hacienda Records.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. So very cool, very cool. Rick said, TDK says, I love Hilda's laugh because it's mocking me constantly. That's why. Lena Segura. Hey, Rick, how are you doing, Lena?
Lena, how are you?
Thanks very much. Yeah, thank you for showing up. And shout out to Lena.
She's a big old Tejano music fan of. She just loves Tejano music as well. Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, talking about your last album, and the all the different flavors, you're one of those artists like one of my artists, like Ilda. I have all of your music. As far as I put all of them on the station. I don't have like a little category where I only put like one song or two songs, No. I put all of your music just like Ilda. I have all of Ilda's music. Ilda's Christmas music still plays on my station.
Awesome.
And so does
Rick, we
yours.
should do a Christmas duet, Rick.
Yes. Hey, we need to get started now.
Yes, Christmas in July, I tell you.
Yeah, no, I mean, start putting it together, recording, because, every artist, right, when I talk about friends of mine, 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, hey, man, can I do a Christmas song? Come on now,
No, the secret is you record in July, and then you get it out to your digital distributors in October.
Yeah.
Right.
And they'll start sneaking it in here and there, and then all of a sudden it's up, and then
there you go. Yeah. There you go.
I actually did a cumbia. My last Christmas song was a cumbia. I did it in cumbia. I did George Michael's Last Christmas.
Last Christmas, yeah.
Last Christmas, I did it in cumbia, and I did a music video, and then that December, this is 2 years in a row. Abby and I went to New York, so I said, grab my cell phone. With your cell phone, play the song. What are you going to do? I said, what am I going to do? I'm here in New York. What better place to do like a homemade Christmas video? People are looking at me, go, and stand over the Rockefeller Center. Go ahead. I don't care if people walking by looking at me. I'm over here, play the song and hold it. I didn't go with the plan, but I put a little something on Facebook where real cheesy,
That's awesome.
But still, I did it in New York, It was awesome.
Well, hey, Rick, we can do a Christmas duet, and I know a guy who does music videos.
There you go.
And he just so happens to love Christmas music.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
I think we need to talk to him after the show.
While we're talking about that music video, let's take a look at that music video. I know it's not even July, but who cares? We can listen to Christmas music whenever we want to. That's that video that Rick is talking about, just so that way you can get a flavor of Last Christmas from Rick Balderrama. Check it out.
Ooh.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. I'll give it to someone special. Volviste este año como si nada y sigo mirándote. Dime, baby, dime si olvidaste que mi corazón te estuvo esperando. Pero yo no lo envolví, lo mandé con las 3 palabras que conoces. Ahora sé lo bien tonto que fui y con un beso más no ganarás otra vez. Last Christmas te di mi amor y me lo devolviste el día después. Por ti no quiero sufrir, mejor lo regalo a otra. Last Christmas te di mi amor y me lo devolviste el día después. Por ti no quiero sufrir, mejor lo regalo.
gonna whip up some eggnog. Okay.
Oh, my God.
See,
I
Lena
love
says,
it.
"Good job, very good job."
Thank you very much. It's so funny. I'm sure you do this too, Helder. You get a song in your head, and you think, okay, I think I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, I'm gonna do it this style. I think I went to Sevi. Hey, Sevi, what? Christmas tune. Okay, what do you got? Okay, so we sat there for a little bit, and he goes, "No, Rick, what do you mean? Just listen. Don't, don't. Eh, Cumbia, Rick. So let's do it." So right there, we blocked it. I did a dummy track, a guide, and then Sevi's like the next day, the drummer comes in, the bass player comes in, he does the keyboards, and then me and my brother did the horns. Uh, Angelica did some voices with me at the very beginning. I mean, in just like 3 or 4 days, mixed, mastered. Here you
Wow.
go. I mean, just like that. That's the way he works, man. So it was I've always loved that song, and to do it that
Mhm.
style, in Spanish, I was very happy with
I
it.
love it.
Yeah, it's a great song, man. It's a great adaptation. I played it
And I
during my.
kind of love like all Christmas music. So
Yes,
No,
yes.
not you, Hilda. You and Gracie. Hello.
I just love Christmas. And then the
Yeah.
music is just so, I don't know, it's just so beautiful. It's like,
Well, it's a special time of year. It's a
well, but it's even like the chord progressions in the songs and Christmas music. It's not your
Hmm.
standard everyday chord progression that you hear in everything else.
Yes,
That's
that's
true.
There's
true.
something magical about it.
Yeah, it's more intent, isn't it? Because a lot of
Yeah.
music that's during the regular year, a lot of it contains. Well, a lot of the music that we hear is very palatable. So a lot of the songs that we listen to is either 3 chord progression, and it doesn't have a lot of substance. We have to
Hmm.
admit that a lot of music that we have is kind of
Well,
generic. It's just
oh, did
kind
I
of.
say that?
Well, I mean, for lack of a better term, it's not generic. It's just that it's not. Some music that comes out to come on.
But it's
Look,
it's catchy. That's why it
yeah,
Yes,
works,
yes.
because it's catchy. It's a marketable thing.
yeah.
But there's something special about Christmas music, and like all of my bands have always told me, hey, Christmas music is pretty intense. It's takes a lot more than just, hey, play the song. I don't know why. I don't know if
Maybe it's
somebody
because it
just
also stirs an emotion too. It also stirs up an
maybe.
emotion in you, like for the season and what it means, and it changes the people's attitudes. The season hopefully changes a lot of people's attitudes because some people they need Christmas like every day in their life because they're not a nice people.
What are you talking about? It is Christmas every day in my life.
I know, but
Mm.
there's some people out there that need Christmas every day. It's like you keep constant reminders. You're getting cold. You're getting cold. You're getting cold. What does this mean? You're getting cold.
That's funny.
My granddaughter still goes, "Well, I'm calling Santa Claus."
That's it. You're in trouble.
Cool. You got his number? Here all this time. I thought you were enough. So, no, that's cool. And, but I think that's, once again, it's still got the Rick Balderrama flavor the last Christmas. It's got the horns, it's got the vocals, it's,
Hmm.
it's a song that sets you apart from other musicians and in a good way, not in a bad way, in a very, very good
Mhm.
way. And it's okay to have some sort of individualism for yourself, even though you're staying
Yeah.
within the genre. And I think that's also some of the things that I'm hoping that is on the cusp of what's happening here with the Tejano movement today, that we're moving into where there's more acceptance in different varieties of the way music is being played for us. Actually, now that Carla Christina's in there, it reminds me of a post that she posted earlier where everybody wants to put labels on things and compare them to this person or to that person. There's a lot of comparisons, and that does happen with a lot of people because we tend to compare this person to that person or this to that and this to that, and I get that all the time. Um, I make music videos. I take video cameras and everything else. And actually, Rick, I told you this not too long ago. I have 4K cameras. I have 6K cameras. I have cameras that shoot 1080p and high definition and everything else. But that has absolutely nothing if you don't know how to use them. If
Mhm.
you don't have the expertise in using the equipment, that doesn't do anything for me. I use them because it's an advantage to me to make it easier for me. It's just kind of I mean, but if you have a Ferrari and all you do is go up and down the driveway, why do you have a Ferrari?
Yeah.
You know, so it's just the ability to use it and take advantage of it and to use it to the best of your ability. The technology is there to assist you. It's not there to replace you. Technology will not replace the human heart. It cannot. Everybody's afraid of AI, but AI can never be human. A computer is a computer is a computer. I have an intern that's helping me now with some of the stuff that I'm doing here, and he's a he's getting his degree in computer science. He's a junior, and I have a computer science degree with me right now, and so I talked to him at the beginning. I was talking to him like, well, like I would talk to anybody that I think is on my level, and he's still a student. I have to kind of put on the brakes and stuff. But it's. I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm hoping that nowadays people are more accepting of all these different flavors and genres and everything else that's being put in, and being more accepting that it doesn't have to be traditional, because everything that you do is an homage to your dad at one point. You have 2 or 3 songs that are homages to your dad, but you do them in your way,
Mm-hmm.
because you are not trying to be your dad. You're just Rick honoring your dad. And that's the
Absolutely.
beautiful part. That's why it's beautiful, because you're honoring your dad. You're not trying to
Mm-hmm.
be your dad. And anyone who wants you to be your dad is that's rude and obnoxious, because you're not your dad.
Mm-hmm.
You're just honoring him, and this is your way of doing it, and let it be. 'Cause
Absolutely.
I love Rick Balderrama for Rick Balderrama, and
Yeah,
him
I
and
love you too, Indio, man. I love you too.
thanks, bro. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Group
that
hug,
you
everybody. Group hug. Come on. Group hug.
everybody
Group hug.
come in. Oh, come to me, papa. But it's the truth. We tend to put things into boxes and little labels and put little stickers on them and stuff like that, and we shouldn't be that way. Just accept everyone for who they are and what they do,
Exactly.
and then
Yeah.
that's what will make us all better people. I would say a lot of times, with my kids, us like you can try to. Everybody's trying to reach a goal, reach something. Everybody,
Hmm.
they want to reach the top of a mountain and touch the top of Mount Everest. They want to touch the goal line at at the Chicago run, or the New York marathon, you know. But we should strive to touch somebody's soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to make us better. Have you ever tried to do that? Try to be a better person. And so if we just try to do that, we'd be in such a better place. But anyway, that's my soapbox. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think where we're going with this music is awesome. I've heard your music, and I love every bit of it. It's progressing always. You always looking for new things. What's your motivation to constantly, because you're always looking for things. I know you're always going, hey, Indio, hey, check this out, man. Listen to this song. Or did you see this? Or did you hear that? You're always, tinkering like with the machine. You're always wanting to tweak here and tweak there and move this and move that and insert that. And what's the motivation behind that? Why I know you're satisfied with what you're putting out because it's a great product, but what's your motivation to constantly keep changing and moving it forward and moving it, you know?
You know what? Moving it forward, and I think Hilda can speak on this too. So this is my seventh album I'm releasing on my own label. My seventh album. And what do you do after you release an album? Like, oh my God, you feel good about it. It's great. Everybody, your engineer, your producer, it's great. And you think, man, how am I gonna top that? Right? I mean, how are you gonna go above what you just did? And I don't want to say without even trying. It usually comes together. With the songs that are picked out for you or you pick out yourself. But it's a job. I mean, some people think, oh yeah, but no, it's work. It's work. And at the end of the day, like it's just like I just Gabe sent Sevi the last song to put it together. I mean, it's a finished product. Okay, let's line them up and this and that. And it's like, woo, okay, Rick, we did it. I was at his studio on, I go Saturday. I went Saturday. I stopped by for a little bit, but it's like, and I looked through some of my notes and things. And I said, oh my God, I wanted to record this one. I'm like, we'll save it. No, we'll save it for the next one. Right away, said, oh, we'll save it for the next album. When you start thinking already, it's funny. You start thinking ahead, and this one's not even out. Start saving your pennies and everything else. But it's just a great feeling. Putting it together, and to me, it usually comes together. Thinking of listening to certain things, and I guess once you reach a certain age, you start making a to-do list, which I do all the time. Make a to-do list for my music, songs that I want to do on a daily. I got 10 things I got to do. If I do 6 or 7, I feel great, right? And then, just kind of staying, time blocking, keeping everything together. Try not to fall behind on things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're getting ready for the convention, right? And I let Abby take care of the women's merchandise. But I'm like, okay, we need this. Okay, I need this. Okay, I got this ordered. The messenger bags that I have, and it's just little things. Are we gonna do anything different? No, we did this already. Okay, and so it's just like being on top. The album's gonna be out, before the convention. Merchandise will be done hopefully in a couple of weeks. So, we're not running crazy like a week before. Hey, we didn't do this. It's like I've learned to do that, and just like 2 weeks before the convention. Okay, I got everything ready to go,
Except for those that wait till the 2 weeks before and going, oh shit, that's next week. I gotta get some merch.
Exactly. I've been there a long time ago, and I don't do that anymore.
Yeah, no. Let's have peace of mind. And
yes.
So
oh
yes,
God,
and that's true. And that's the one thing. You have a great team behind you. You got a lot of people that are helping you out. A lot of people that back you up, of course. And you're right. When we go to Sevi's, you and I together, and we always go out to lunch. And when I get into San Antonio, that's one of the first people that I call is Rick Balderrama, so we can get together and just catch up. And the cool thing is, when I talk to Rick, it's usually not about music. It's usually we just get together as friends and we just hang out. We talk about anything and everything, whatever comes up. And
but if somebody calls me, hey, what's up, Lauren? I go, you in town? He goes, yeah. I go, what do you feel like eating? Okay, let's go to.
Although we haven't found a good Chinese place, we got to get a couple of decent. I was like the other day, I was like, oh my God, dude. Do you have anything other than Mexican food in San Antonio? Oh my God. It's like, because every time Rick has gotten used to me. It's like, wherever we go, I order breakfast because you can't mess it up. I mean, well, you can, but if you do, I ain't going back. It's just like, I have to be safe. But it's happened before where I've ordered something safe and I'm allergic to peppers and onions. And I've eaten I've eaten food at a couple of restaurants where the fork wasn't all the way clean or something.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my lips have popped up. I look like a blowfish. And it's just, it's gotten me bad, so I
turned around. I thought it was Hitch. Like,
what you talking about, man? I look beautiful. Rick turns around, looks at me, and goes, that's another Mexican song. Hey, man, you look beautiful, so beautiful to me. Words can bring you down. Don't do that one, man. So one of the songs from his last album that I said, dude, when I first heard it, I texted Rick right away when it got sent to me, and through my normal chain where I get distributors that send me music all the time. And by the way, if you're an artist that is listening to this, if you're a new artist and you're not connected to any distributor of any sort or anything else, and you want your music heard, please, my email is admin@qvoradio.live or admin@qvoradio.net. You can go ahead and send it to me, and I'll guarantee you I'll take a listen to it. And you can send it to me, and I will be happy to listen to the music. And as long as it fits the parameters, what's it supposed to have in order for it to be played on air, I will play it for you. and I will put it on rotation. And I firmly believe that good music, should be heard. I do not discriminate,
Absolutely.
on any whether you're an independent artist or with a record company or anything else. And so I give everybody the opportunity to be heard. And if you are an artist who does have a digital distributor and you do not hear your songs on my radio station, call them and tell them, hey, how come he doesn't have my music, so that way you can get them on the ball. But getting back to what I was saying earlier, last year he released a song, and as soon as I heard it, I texted Rick right away, and I was like, dude, you knocked it out of the ballpark with this song. I freaking love it. And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why doesn't he answer me? Oh shit, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's like
Vincent
people are
Martinez,
sleeping.
how are you doing?
Thank you so
Hey,
much, Vince. I appreciate it, sir. Thank
yeah,
you.
Vincent, great job, Rick. That's what he says. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that song. This one is one of my favorite songs, the most favorite song of mine from his last album. Pero no es así. You're gonna like it, I guarantee you. If you haven't heard it already, put it on your. Go ahead and buy it. It's only 99 cents. Come on now. If not, check it out on Qvo Radio. It goes like this.
Te echo de menos y no puedo dejar de pensar en ti. En las noches que no estás, sueño yo de ti y me duele que te hayas ido. Quisiera escuchar el timbre de tu voz llamándome cuando dices lo mucho que me quieres y que quieres volver. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Ya ves que no es así, no vas a volver y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti para seguir viviendo. Quisiera escuchar el timbre de tu voz llamándome cuando dices lo mucho que me quieres y que quieres volver. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Pero ya no es así, no vas a volver y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Pero no es así, no vas a volver y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti para seguir viviendo. Necesito yo de ti para seguir viviendo.
I sang backup on that song in case y'all were wondering. That was
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, that's a
That,
great song. Pero no es así.
that was written by Mr. Joe Reveles.
I know, and he's great. He's the one that plays
Yes.
the accordion. I mean, the keyboard accordion.
Keyboard.
What is it called?
I'm going to show you something that goes on here at
This
9
time.
o'clock every night.
Ah,
Aww.
it's because they know I'm on the show. That's what it is. They're celebrating.
It's because they're trying to get firemen to go over. Me and my firemen.
No, he's close to he's close to
What, Fiesta, Texas?
Fiesta, Texas. Yeah, he lives close to Fiesta, Texas. Real quick, let me take the time to send a big shout out to Carrie Carino, number 3 on the Tejano Gold Countdown with her song.
Gotti.
Okay.
Daddy.
Gotti,
Yay,
Karina.
Gotti.
There you go. Tejano ain't dead, baby. Saludos.
Yes,
That's
thank you. Yes, saludos.
yeah, saludos. Very, very. Thank you very much for joining us, Carrie. I really appreciate you, girlfriend. Vince says, I am a new artist. My album, Alegria, my first CDs. Great song, Rick. God bless you. Hey, Vince, I already told
Thank
you.
you.
Admin at, here, you know what? Let me put it on a caption or something so that way you can see it. And
Thank you, guys.
yeah, you can just email me there. And that way you can just send it to me, bro. I will take a listen to it. I guarantee you I'll listen to it. I do not discriminate on any basis. As long as you have your ISRC code, the International Standard of Recording Code, that's what ISRC stands for. Yes, I do know that. You know why? Because I read. Sorry, I had to put that in there. People were like, "How do you know that?" I read. But yeah. Here, let me go put that. And there you go. Go back. Man, yeah, I can hear it popping back there.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, I
I
sure
was
can.
trying to woo so you can see it, but no, we can't see it from here.
Hey, but
That's
I
a-
bet they do have several firefighters out there.
Oh,
Just in
my
case.
goodness.
Just in
Just
case,
in
right?
Why do we have to do the firefighters?
You know, one of these days I'm going to come on the show and I'm just going to have a firefighter with me.
All right. He's just going to be standing right next to you. Carrie, help me, Carrie. Say something, Carrie, please. Carrie says,
probably
love
agrees
that
with
jam
me."
you just played. Congratulations, Rick. That
Thank you
song
so
was
much,
called
brother.
Pero No Es Así. That is a great song. It's one of the songs, my favorite songs from Rick Balderrama. I always jam to it. It's on my hot Tejano list. I play it on my list. I am doing a new thing too on the radio station, by the way, for those of y'all that don't know already. If you are listening to the radio station, if you were listening to it yesterday, then I had already announced that I'm doing the Hot Tejano list. I'm actually putting it together so that way I can add it onto my Qvo TV channel where I will be doing it kind of like a Casey Kasem kind of thing.
There you go.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a cross between Casey Kasem and
And Indio.
no. Do you remember dadgummit, what's his name? And now you know the rest of the story. His name escapes me. You know who I'm talking about, right?
No.
I've heard that
Casey Kasem,
phrase
yes,
somewhere.
but the other
Yeah.
guy, no.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll pop into my head. But anyway, it's because I've gotten some emails from people that have shared with me how music has healed and music has helped them and music has motivated them. And I completely identify because when I was deployed, when I was overseas, whenever I was, gone, I was one of the few soldiers that had music. I had a Walkman, and I could listen to music. And you know what? There were
It's a
people.
Walkman. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. I'm playing. Go ahead. I'm older than you. Go ahead.
Man, I will tell you this. I had Gracie had some music for me, and it was all Spanish music. And I had like, Expose and Lisa Nicole Jam and stuff like that, but I also had, yeah, right, but I also had some Spanish music, but there were guys that were in my unit that couldn't speak Spanish. They were from like Georgia and Pennsylvania and Florida, and they still listened to the Spanish music because they just needed an escape
Mm.
from where we were at, just get away from the reality of where we were at. And so listening to music does have an impact. That's why
Absolutely, yeah.
I envy musicians that are able to share their craft with people, because people are going to fall in love to your music. People are going to get engaged to your music. People are going to have their first dance to your music. There are going to be 14-year-old kids that their elbows touch in front of everybody for the very first time listening to your music.
And
Just,
it's funny that you say that because each one of my albums, I always kind of do that one off, right? A little
mhm.
something different. I was with Art Guerrero, awesome keyboard player, songwriter. He's done 4 of my 7 albums. And I'm a trumpet player. So I've always wanted to do that. The first song that I learned from an actual trumpet player or flugelhorn player was Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione.
Oh wow, yeah.
And I did it in Tejano because it fit.
Ooh.
Da, 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 da. And I did it in Tejano, and the people that really, really appreciate that are horn players. Like, hey,
Right.
dude, that's a Chuck Mangione song. My next album, I did Bruno Mars is Just the Way You Are. And when you're
Mhm.
talking about the younger generation, I did it in Tejano, but I sang it in English. And
Mhm.
who does not like Bruno Mars?
Right.
So
True.
I'd go to the Vegas convention when I released that album. Uh, they were like, my kids want to meet you. Their favorite song is Just the Way You Are. Now they go on the internet looking for Tejano artists with English songs converted to, so they can
Yeah.
get it. And then my last album, I did, what did I do, Lawrence? I did Never
Uh,
Gonna Give You Up
Never
by,
gonna give you up. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Never gonna
Mhm.
give you up.
I did that one, and I did that one with Gabe Zavala as well. Same thing. I love salsa. I was thinking salsa. Gabe goes, no, let me send you what I came up with. Of course, I'm like, I love it. So I did that one. Aisha sang some background vocals with me on that, and man, Gabe just did an amazing job on that one as well. Yeah.
Yeah. People don't realize that there's a lot of like that song that was at fanfare. I heard it like 30 times. It was driving me nuts. Was that song No Se Va? That's a remake. The original song came out, like 2007. But there's a lot of songs that are out there that are remakes that people don't realize that actually are based on English songs. Fotos y Recuerdos from Selena,
Mm-hmm.
that's based on the Chain Gang from the Pretenders. Back on the Chain Gang, and she's singing
Mhm.
Fotos y Recuerdos, ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It's actually the Pretenders.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just the lyrics were changed. That's it. Even the guitar is exactly the same.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Yeah, yeah. And people are like, oh, wait, is
Yes.
he the greatest writer? She didn't write it. It's a remake.
Yes.
And it's like, oh my gosh, burst the bubble. That's incredible. Well, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but no, I mean, but that doesn't mean that it's not still doing it in your own way. It's still not making it your own thing. It's just,
Yeah.
you're just, it's like, it's French fries, it's not French. French fries, fried potatoes in French is pommes frites, you know. So, but we have French fries and we put them in strips, and theirs is in layers, and ours are better. So, yeah. So there you have it. Doesn't mean that it can't be a good thing. It can also be
This
a
morning I
great
had
thing.
papa con chorizo. Yeah. This morning
No.
no.
Oh.
No. I'll stick to the French fries. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't like chorizo. Like I think I'm like the only Mexican who doesn't like chorizo.
You know
Oh,
what?
what?
I have a YouTube channel where I cook, a cooking YouTube channel, and on it, one of the things I started it a long time ago, but on it I have my recipe for chorizo. I have homemade chorizo on that channel.
Wow. Awesome.
My niece lives in South Carolina, by the way, and she's a nurse up in South Carolina, and she was telling me that chorizo in South Carolina is like $5 a half pound.
What?
Yes. And I was like, no, mija, make your own. And she's like, you can't make chorizo. And I was like, do you think it comes from Narnia? It's just like, does some magical wizard just pop up and say, there's chorizo for the week? I was like,
No.
somebody has to make it, So
Yes.
I was like, no, I have a recipe. So I put up my recipe. So I make breads, I made some bread this weekend, some rustic bread. And, my kids come over. It's like, oh my goodness, is this from Narnia? It's like, it's just bread, kids. It's not that hard.
My mom used to make chorizo all the time when we were kids,
Mhm.
and I would smother it in ketchup because I just could not stand this taste, the smell, anything. And so yeah, even now I can't do it, guys. I can't. I will say that when I was in Nashville 2 years ago now, and I was there shooting a music video with Adasa for a Christmas song, and she made vegan chorizo. And I have to tell you, I liked that.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because it was something different or because she was the one who made it. And we were at her house, and it was just kind of cool to be in Adasa's house with her family and stuff. So I don't know if it was just
So it's just magically delicious
coolness.
because it was.
Yeah, maybe it was the magic of Encanto. I don't know, but it was, so good.
It was so beautiful because it was just there. It's like, oh my gosh, this pate is so good. Oh, that's cat food. No, it's so beautiful. I love it. That pate is great. It's like,
No, it was like crumbles, like it was frozen. I think Morningstar makes it or something, but it was like frozen crumble thing, whatever. But she put it there with the tortillas, and it was awesome. Awesome.
I'm not gonna go with the vegan. My sister says she's vegan, and I'm like, oh yeah. Here in Texas, we call those liars. No, just kidding. It's just like,
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it was because it was different. It wasn't like real chorizo, or it's because Adasa made it. I don't know, but I mean, if you had Adasa cooking for you too, you'd probably just eat it and just have a big smile on your face and say it was yummy.
yeah. Well, when I make menudo, I have to actually the first hour that I'm making it, I have to step out of the house because I can't do the smell. Mm-mm. And like, when we have like, well, Rick, when we've gone out to eat breakfast, and they give you the cilantro and the onions and everything
Oh
else,
yeah.
I kind of,
I got to put them on that side of me, on the other side of me.
because I'm like, it's okay. And then you'll see like this side of my face go. It's just like, it's like, Indio, are you okay? I'm not an animal. It's just like, what happened?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? And that's one of the key things. Getting back on the subject, that's one of the key things about Tejano music is that we are able to incorporate country music and pop music and R&B. Rick Balderrama, R&B, and all kinds of music, rock and roll, and make it our own, and not only incorporate it but embellish on top of it and make it our own. And that's what really makes it Tejano music. It's because it's a conglomerate of all kinds of music. So for those that are purists and say that's not Tejano and that's not Tejano, yes, I understand. But the only time that it's not Tejano is when it is something clearly different. So if it's a mariachi song, then it's mariachi. But if it's a progressive mariachi, then it can be Tejano. Does that make sense?
See, but then I don't know. You have to like tell me what is Tejano, because to me it's a lot different than some other people. I mean, I'm a Tejana. I live in Texas. I'm from Texas. I'm Mexicana too. My mom is from Mexico. So to me, I mean, it's not even about the genre of music. I mean, if you're Latina,
culture, right?
and you're from Texas, yes, it's a culture. And it's not about the genre of music. I think if it's something that you create, then guess what? It's Tejano music because you're from Texas, and that's what being a Tejano is. I mean,
if you label yourself a norteño, then you are norteño, right?
See, I don't know. I just don't agree with that. Like, I think it's more geographic, like where you're from. To me, that's what it's about.
Well, Los Rialeros, half of the band is here from Midland, Texas. So
I don't know. See, but that's the big question. Nobody really has an answer to it.
Yeah.
Everybody has
It
a
can go either
different
way,
answer.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what makes it so beautiful.
One of the things that I found that was really interesting was when Ramon Ayala and Ramon Ayala and Los Relámpagos del Norte, when they first started, they started out with Carlos Guzman. Back in the 60s, when they first started playing, they started playing with Carlos. They were opening act for Carlos Guzman. How is that for different?
Yeah, really.
Think about that. So you had these two guys, Los Relámpagos del Norte, playing their music, and then after that, you had Carlos Guzman. Isn't that fun?
It is.
That's a variety show.
Mm-hmm.
That's different. That's Texas music, like a whole nutshell of Texas music right there. And that really did happen. You know, Rene on American Bandstand, and then the following week he's playing in California, and Ramon Ayala is opening up for him.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Yeah.
But now, can't have that.
Well, I'm just like, define it. Define what Tejano music is.
Mm-hmm.
Define it. I dare someone to actually come up with a really cool answer that everybody's going to agree to, because it's not going to happen.
It doesn't. It does not. It's everybody has their own answer. Everybody has their own thing. Yeah. But I will tell you this: you send me your music, I will guarantee you I will listen to it, and as long as it falls within the parameters of what's acceptable for radio. Parameters of radio. And Rick, you know this, you can attest to this. I do have all of my licenses, ASCAP, BMI, C6, SOCOR. I do pay for my licenses. I am a radio station. I am not a pretender. I am a full-fledged 100% radio station that pays its dues, has commercials, the whole 9 yards. I will play it. And if you're an artist, if I play your music, you get royalties from me. Not so much from radio stations. Radio stations pay mechanical licenses. It's totally different. So going back to the music, talking about Rick and his song, Never Gonna Give You Up, you also made a music video for Never Gonna Give Me Up. It was good.
I liked it.
The gentleman that did the video, he went to high school with my boys, right? My boys are 20. I got twin boys. They're 28 years old. He's probably a year older. And hey, Rick, can I? And we did this on a green screen, and I was acting a fool, dancing like I always do and stuff like that. And he used it, and he worked around it. I'm like, oh, people are like, what company did that for you? Kid that lives up the road. I mean, but he's an amazing guy. His name is Ivan Garcia. He's got an Instagram, and he's starting to do short movies. His mind, man, the way he thinks, great kid, man. And I'm glad he's got his day job, but he just loves he's in Houston filming somebody. He just, with his little, with what he has to work with, not a big production, but what comes out of it, the way he, just like Lawrence said, you can have, $1 million worth of equipment. If you know how to use it, I mean, what good is it for you, but yeah, this kid was amazing. He did a good job.
It's a wonderful music video. I love it to death. But the fact that you did the song, you did it your way and really made it your way. That's what really works. And so I want to go ahead and share that song if you don't mind. This is Rick Balderrrama, Never Gonna Give You Up, right here on Qvo Radio.
Thank you, Cariño.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. Never gonna give, never gonna give. Never gonna give, never gonna give. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy to say it. Inside we both know what's been going on. We know the game and we're gonna play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna lie
and hurt you. Oh shit.
I heard that.
Oops.
I was jamming
My
out
daughter-
myself over there.
They're like, hey, we can hear you, stupid.
Oh my god.
Never gonna get you down.
Good thing you couldn't see me. I was over here jamming,
I was just like,
doing the running man and everything.
I was just like, yeah.
I pulled the muscles too while I was at it. Yeah.
Big D, Daniel, welcome, buddy. Welcome. How are you doing? Daniel, got to see you.
Hello, Daniel.
Daniel, he's got the
Hey,
Big D
Daniel.
Facebook group where he's interviewing people as well. He's sharing music and always a big supporter of Tejano music. Thank you very much, Daniel, for joining us. I appreciate you here being here, brother.
Yes.
So I guess
So there's that one off, right? That one off that I said, I want to do this song, just to change things up, just to change things up.
but it's good. It's good to have that,
It was fun.
just,
Yeah.
and show that, you have a different range. I know when I talked to, when I interviewed Ram, that was one of the things that he said that, even now, which is odd with a lot of great singers, that he said, you know what, I'm just reaching my prime. I'm just now getting, I'm still pushing my vocals. I'm still trying to get better, which is, it's inspiring that somebody like that's still working on his vocals, and stuff like that. Do you feel yourself doing that, Ilda and you, Rick? Do you feel yourselves kind of pushing your vocals and trying to expand your artistic, ability?
I
mean,
do. I mean, go ahead.
Oh, I just think that that's just something you do. I mean, whether you're a vocalist or a musician or whatever, you're always trying to be better, and not necessarily better than anybody else, just better than what you were the day before.
There you go.
Because you're only as good as your last performance.
Yeah.
And so for me, I mean, I'm always looking at different tutorials, different techniques.
Mm.
Yeah. And that's why
different styles.
when I recorded this last ballad, my last song for the album with Gabe, I wanted his input. Coach me through this. What do
Yeah.
you think I should do?
Mhm.
What do you think I should do? How do you hear this? You know, he does me, really, Rick? I'm like, yes. I'm a very coachable person. And like I said, I love being, changing things. You're telling me what I should do or what, I either take it or I don't. But I wanted it from him because he produced it. So I was like, what do you feel? You know? And he walked me through it, and it was great. Did what he said. Do this way. Okay, I was doing okay. I like what you did there. Okay, but try this. What do you think? I'm like, heck yeah, and you take it with you, right? So like same thing, always learning, man, and I appreciate that. Always. Al Gomez, one of the best trumpet players all around. Al Gomez, trumpet player, and I've known him forever, of course. And I see him at Sevi's all the time. I go, hey man, I need warm up techniques. He's a professor. He teaches at one of the colleges here, and he's on tour with the Lonely Boys. He's on tour with all these big groups, everywhere, all over the states, all over the country. And he goes, Rick, come over. I go, I'll pay you. Yeah, pay me. We'll sit here and we'll do warm up. We'll and I'm like, I haven't done it, but I'm excited because I want to do it. I need to do it. But it's just, and then also making memories, with people like that. I think it's amazing.
Yeah,
But
it's
always,
true. It's,
accepting and willing to learn.
yeah, very, very true. That's one of the things that I really do love about you. He goes upstairs to the top of to his apartment complex and practices his trumpet. And it's like Sevi. Sevi practices his keyboard all the time. He's been doing it for 30 years and he still practices.
I mean,
That's
that's
a
the only way
commitment to
that
the
you
craft.
can stay in shape, because to me, it's athlete. Your exercises, lift your weights, and all of that stuff to stay in tip-top shape.
Yeah.
It's the same way for a vocalist or a musician.
Yeah.
You have to actively practice your craft. And I know, like for me, in the beginning, I really didn't have a vocal say. It was just kind of me and the producer. But for these last 2 recordings that I did, and for this whole Tejano project that I'm doing, the songwriter, luckily for me, is also a vocalist. So it was nice to have him there in the studio, coaching me along, hearing the little nuances that I would not have heard back until I heard the playback. And then there's something different about having that perspective in the studio with you. It's interesting because I've done it for a lot of other artists. They're recording and I'm giving them the critiques as we go. So this is a little different for me to kind of be in the other seat. The vocalist there, it's like they're pushing you to be better. They hear something that they know, hey, you can do it, but here, try this, do this, open your mouth this way, place your tongue here, and all of that stuff is so important.
Or smile, right? Smile when you're singing. It's funny. My dad, I'm not a natural born singer. I'm not. I was never. I learned by my dad. I learned how to sing three voices. So I started playing trumpet with him when I was 12. When I was about 15, I started singing. Okay, you're gonna sing on top, the third on top of it, and then just like that, with the Tejano music, of course, but we would do a lot of slow trios even at home, and that's how I learned. And his harmonies were his harmonies weren't like this. Some of his harmonies would go like this. I recorded one of his songs, and I could not get the harmonies. He was still alive back then, and I'm like, I witnessed. I go, Dad, what? He goes, you're not gonna get it. Listen to me. This is like, oh shoot! Even Art Guerrero, he was, dude, with his keyboard. What did your dad do? It's just the way his voicing of the harmonies, So it was, learning, from somebody, my mentor, right? I mean, it's just like, it's amazing, And I still sing with my Uncle Red that plays bass, and we do 2 voices. Sometimes we have a third, but it's just we try to keep that same style for certain songs, But like you said, you learn it and you keep it, right? You can use it, and it's amazing, I'm very thankful for that.
That's one of the things that I was saying when we first started this, Ilda and I. I kept reiterating. I was like, being a backup singer is not easy.
No,
Singing backup for somebody is not that easy. And people that sing with track, do it yourself. You have to not only stay in time, you have to be in pitch. It is a whole different animal. You cannot cannot put these people down. It takes talent to do that. It takes talent to do to be a singer, period, it takes talent, but these all different aspects that's why there's people that are backup singers that are the best in the business,
Yes.
because it takes talent to do that. It takes talent to be a part of a harmony. It takes talent to stay in time and to perceive what the lead singer is going to do.
To
So
blending is
it's
so important.
it's funny that you say that. I took my fiance for her birthday. I didn't realize she took 4 days off, right? She rarely ever takes off. So right away I put I said, let's go to Vegas. We never go to Vegas just to go. We always go for the convention. We're working it and this and that. So we went, and she goes, "Can we go to a show?" I'm like, "It's your birthday. What do you want?" She goes, "Barry Manilow's on my bucket list." So I bought the tickets. I'm like, "Yeah, let's go see Barry Manilow." Okay, what the heck? Man, I was up there singing all the songs, but his band was freaking amazing. His backup singers. He had 2 girls and 1 guy. Oh my! And coming from a musician, I was looking at the horn section. He had 3 keyboard players, 3 horns, 3 backup vocals. I mean, it's just like it was just. We were the youngest ones there. But anyway, the VIP section had free oxygen, and
Free
I mean, it was amazing.
There was a whole bunch of Darth Vaders back there. Barry, please, Barry.
Oh my God! I've never seen so many wheelchairs and walkers in my life, man. I'm just kidding.
The metal detectors were going. It's like,
yeah, but it was an amazing show. But going back, talking about background, like, oh my God, man, it's just the harmonies and just like, and let me tell you, Barry Manilow, 79, man, he put on an amazing show in tune. I mean, coming from vocalists, it's like, okay, you're doing this show like song after song after song after song, man. It was just, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And that was on Abby's bucket list. I said, let's do it.
That is so awesome.
Yeah, my bucket list consists of Tom Jones.
Oh yeah,
it's the only person I've seen. Gladys Knight in the Pips. I've seen a lot of shows there. I've been in Vegas. I've been to Vegas like 50 or 60 times. And it's always been for work and stuff like that. But every now and then I would be able to catch a show, but I've not been able to catch Tom Jones. And I don't think he has a show anymore. So that was the one.
What's he like, 102? How is he now?
I think he is. No, he's like in his 70s and 80s. He was at the same time as Barry Manilow, but I think he's exclusively in England now. He doesn't come to the States anymore.
Oh wow.
And so he's committed to the Voice in England. And so he does that, but I don't know. I was just a fan of music. I've always been a fan of music. I tell Hilda all the time, when I listen to Tejano music, I don't understand it. So I listen to the music first. I hear the music, then I have to make an added effort to understand the language. So I have to translate it from Spanish to English, and so that way I can better understand what the song is saying. And sometimes not sometimes, all the time I get it wrong, but with more effort then I can get it right. But it's one of those things that I do. Oh, she went off. You're
Sorry,
back.
it's storming over here, so yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. But no, that's one of the things that for me, he was always one of the singers that was like, he just a persona. I think that's what it was. It's just a persona, somebody that was just like, wow, this guy is cool. I just liked him from the 60s and 70s, and he's up there too. He's like, everybody please run to the back of the stadium. Run. Just like slowly walking by. No, it's but it's all kinds. I like all kinds of music. I'm a big fan of just music in general. And just reiterating on some of those singers and everything else. Not to equate Patsy Torres to Barry Manilow, but Patsy Torres has been in the business a long time, and her new melody of hit songs that she has out, that she just released several months ago, that's 4 of her hit songs put together, and she's singing it in the same key that she released it on. That's something else. I mean, that's
she was my very first concert. I have to say that Patsy Torres was my very first concert. She came to our middle school and she put on a show. It was a Positive Force tour. I still remember that. And I was just in awe. And at that moment, that's really when I knew, okay, music is what I'm going to do. And I have never really, like, I've met her kind of in passing at different award shows, but that's on my bucket list to go and just sit there and have an actual long conversation and just let her know how much she inspired me into music.
She's a good person. She's such a sweetheart. She is a wonderful person. She sent me a text message this morning, from Memorial Day, she's just such a sweetheart. And, I just love her to death. And, just hats off to Patsy Torres. Classy act, classy lady from top to bottom. She's just wonderful. Real quick, your current hit right now, Te Sigo Esperando. Love the song. Love the photo, bro. You're like all George Clooney, that whole
George Clooney.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking it.
Every time they people come up and when we're eating out, Hilda, when we're at a restaurant and everything else, and they recognize him, they're like, Rick Balderrrama, is that you? And he's like, hold on. Yeah, that's me. What would you like to eat? I'm like, I'll have eggs and potatoes, and he's like, hold on. I'm ready.
Like, I don't need a menu. Hang on.
Hold on.
Let me think. I've been here 100 times. So.
Yeah, right. I'll have the usual.
Te Sigo Esperando, also written by Mr. Joe Reveles. I used David Lee on accordion on that song. Took him about 20 minutes to do it. I should have paid him hourly. He was just being a card the whole time. That's not. Oh, you were there.
I know.
You were there. Right?
He kept going. Yeah, because it's like, hey, can we get some more? And he would go up to the microphone. That's not in the contract.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
He's amazing. Yeah.
Just a quick side note on that day. Joanna Ray was with us, and Joanna Ray's fiance, Jonathan, he's in the car. He's a huge David Lee Garza fan. Huge. Right. And so David Lee's recording, so the door's locked, so nobody can come in because you don't want to interrupt while people are recording and everything else. And we forgot that he's out there. And Dave finishes. We're all just sitting around talking and everything else. And then David's leaving, and he's like, that's David Lee Garza.
Yeah, he walks the door. He walks out the door, gets in his vehicle, and you can picture Jonathan's face like, oh my God, that's David Lee. And Joanna Ray, we're all in there. He's wrapped up.
Bro, take it easy, man. Yeah, he's like, what the hell, man? You didn't call me? It was funny. It's wonderful. But it's a great song. And I mean, to see the evolution of the song, because he was just doing the accordion there, and this is just the true testament of what a consummate musician David Lee is, and how well versed he is in what it is that he does. He got in there. He listened to the song, like about 30 seconds, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He listened to it. He's like, okay, I got it. Let's start over. And he laid down the track, just like that. She passed out. Yes, it was that amazing. You passed out, wasn't it?
Yes, that's what it was.
No, yeah, he just listened to it, and that was it. He listened to it for about 30 or 40 seconds, and he started playing. And he played the whole entire song, and then he went back through. He listened through the song again, and then he said, hey, let me fill in these spots. And then he filled them in. And this accordion is done in less than 20 minutes, like Rick said. It is just really him just listening to it and perfecting what he did. And it's just
put his flavor on it,
Yeah.
He's people think he's the quietest person. He is freaking hilarious as hell.
Funny guy.
He's my brother. Him and my brother are best friends. We had me, him, Joey, my brother, JVD. We had lunch last week, and hey, what are you doing? Hey, let's go to lunch. But he's so funny. I mean, he just amazing guy. What's cool is we'll sit there and he'll go through old songs. He loves Rick, listen to this. I'm gonna send it. You should record this one, Rick. This will fit you. Send it to me. And then, hey, Rick, check out this song. I mean, he just he loves music. He loves same thing. He's a fan. He loves listening to music, and he's always said, and I'm sure a lot of musicians don't know this. Whenever his brothers can't go right to a gig, he gets like a bass player and a drummer, and he just tells them, "Play the way you play. Play the way you play." You know, don't of course, closer to the song, but don't follow it like the he likes hearing things differently and stuff like that. He's just a so down to earth, man. He's just so down to earth guy.
Yeah, he's there. He's very grounded, is what he is.
Mhm.
So this is Te Sigo Esperando with Rick Balderrama right here on Qvo Radio. That's Rick Balderrama. That's Hilda Lamas. This is Indio right here on Qvo Radio. I promise not to sing.
I'm muted.
Yo te di mi vida entera, te entregué mi corazón y aún así no fue bastante para ganarme tu amor. Te decía que te quería, para siempre te iba a amar, esperando a ver si un día tu amor me quieras dar. Te sigo esperando y no encuentro yo la calma sin ti. Necesito yo de ti y no quiero seguir más sin tu cariño, sigo esperando. Yo te di mi vida entera, te entregué mi corazón y aún así no fue bastante para ganarme tu amor. Te decía que te quería, para siempre te iba a amar, esperando a ver si un día tu amor me quieras dar. Te sigo esperando y no encuentro yo la calma sin ti. Necesito yo de ti y no quiero seguir más sin tu cariño, sigo esperando. Te decía que te quería, para siempre te iba a amar, esperando a ver si un día tu amor me quieras dar. Te sigo esperando y no encuentro yo la calma sin ti. Te sigo esperando que te entregues por completo, necesito yo de ti. Y no quiero seguir más sin tu cariño. Te sigo esperando.
And we're back. I was singing it too. Sorry. I can't help it, man. I'm a fan. Like I said, I'm a fan. I sing it. I sing to all the music, man. So yes, I do sing to Hilda's music as well. So,
Even
the Christmas stuff. Even I hum to the Christmas stuff because I don't know all the Spanish Christmas stuff. Hell hum. No, it's an awesome song. Te Sigo Esperando. This is a great song. It's on the charts. It's still on the charts, where it belongs, because it's a great song. Love the horns. Love everything about it. And you've got your set to release this next song. It's coming up. It's coming quick. It's
Yes.
out there. We've already seen the promo that's out there for it. So be on the lookout. And it's a good song. It's a really good song. I've had a
Yay.
little quick samples, and
Yeah.
it's
It's funny because I do stuff with horns because I'm a horn player, right? And this one I didn't use any horns. I used Joe Reveles on keyboards. A little like
Oh,
those dude style, a little bit. And but I did two songs like that, and of course horns, and then the other ones that I talked about earlier. But it's just nice being able to do kind of what you want to do. Of course, you do
mhm.
what the people want, but or kind of want to hear, but you're able to
well, that's
change it
that's
up.
what makes them fans, isn't it? They love what you do. It doesn't necessarily you're not. Yes, you want to do what people please, what pleases the people. Don't get me wrong. That's not what I mean. But in general, people follow you for your brand and for what you like or what you put out because they like your style.
Mhm.
Um, it's not necessarily they want you to stick to this one thing. That's
Mhm.
I guess that's why there's a lot of one hit wonders. People try to repeat that one thing, and they'll always be that one thing. There will never be more. When you like a person for their music, then that's really fans are different. They're
Mhm.
not necessarily as fickle as people make them out to be. And so I think that, the music is the music is the music. And so as long as you play good music and keep giving them good music and don't try to isolate them, I guess, you know, that was, that's it. I had an interesting conversation with Gabriel Iglesias, the comedian. you know, he said that he never makes jokes about politics because the second he does, he splits his audience in half. So it's better for him to have the whole audience, not just half. So that's why he
Mhm.
never jokes about politics. Although you get him drunk and he's very political. So just so you know, he's got some words. The man has words. But anyway, we've come to that part of the show where Rick, you get the floor. You get to share whatever it is to share. Make sure that you mention where we can get your merch and where we can get the next song and everything else. This is all
Okay.
you, brother. So please, ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick Balderrama. Please pay attention. Sorry.
Oh well, Jan. Oh, okay. Here we go. That was a good one. You did it on purpose, you.
Yeah, sorry.
Just kidding. First of all, thank you, Hilda, for this wonderful show you have every Monday night. Really do appreciate it. I always chime in, listen, see what's going on. I learn things, and same thing, keeping that one going. Um, RickBalderrama.com is where you can get all my information, my music, my merchandise. I own a slogan called Tejano Ain't Dead Baby, and I have shirts, caps, I have messenger bags, a little bit of everything. My new album, which is entitled Lucky Seven. The reason it's Lucky Seven because it's my seventh album on my own label. I own all my music. Um, it'll be released before the end of June, just in time for the Vegas convention. And again, I like to thank everybody that supports Tejano music. Um, we're not a huge, let's say, genre, a family. I call us a family, but we're strong. And please, go to shows. If you go to shows, support your artists. Just like Edie always says, buy their merchandise, download their song. Um, Jamie's Record Shop. If you have any questions about a song that you do not know who recorded, who wrote it, they're like the Google of Tejano Conjunto music, Chicano music is what I call them. Give them a call as well. But again, on behalf of myself, Rick Balderrama, my band La Pata, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for all the support through the years. For my dad as well, Henry Balderrama La Patria. And just thank you all so much for supporting Tejano music. I love you all.
Awesomeness, awesomeness. Very good, very good. I put it down in a ticker. RickBalderrama.com for the merch. Tejano ain't dead, baby.
Yes.
Is also his. And so check it out. I got it on.
That's right. You rocking it.
I'm rocking the Tejano ain't dead, baby cap. And yes, but thank you very much, Rick, for joining us and for being here and for I know this is a little bit extended as far as this show is concerned. I didn't plan on it to be this long. It's just that sometimes we have a good one and we
That's
just
fine.
let it go. And Ilda, thank you so very much as well. Mija, thank you very much for being here. I'm sorry about the storms that are down there. Be safe, sweetheart. Do you have anything for us?
No, just thank you both so much. It's been
Thank you.
such a pleasure to sit here and visit with you, Rick. I
Christmas-
know you like to chime
Christmas-
in and stuff.
Christmas duet.
Mhm.
Keep it in mind.
Yes, let's do
Yeah.
it. I'm somebody who'll shoot the video.
That's right. That is right. Let's do it. And then Al
Tomo
Bispo,
photo
the
y
next
todo.
single. Yes, and then Al Bispo, the next single will be out this week, guys. So look for it.
There you go. And also, just remember, guys. Today is Memorial Day, and remembering all those soldiers that have given up. And it's not just soldiers, but everybody else who strives to
Absolutely.
keep our way of life. Those are the people that give us the freedoms that we have, and that's why we are allowed to have freedoms of differences and freedoms to choose. Um, yeah, we may have disagreements and disagreements or dislikes about where we are and what we live and the places that we are, but we could be living in another country where we don't have any freedoms at all. And that is very real statement, because there are countries right now where women can't be women, where men can't be men, where they are just numbers, and we are not that. Here in the United States, we still have freedoms that we can express ourselves. And we call ourselves a God-fearing country. If we do believe in God, then let's believe in one thing: God gave us freedom to be ourselves, but He did not give us freedom to take freedoms away from others. Let's be that. So, be free, love one another. And if you are feeling down, you are having a bad day, just remember, every day planes take off against the wind. Be strong. Thank you so very much. We're going to leave you with, once again, with my favorite song from Rick Balderrama. And that's because I love the song, man. It's an awesome song. Sorry, Rick. Man, I know you wanted to
Thank you,
hear
brother.
some more of the songs, but that's the one. It's the bomb.
I hear you, man. Thank you
So,
so much.
Thank you so very much, Ilda. Thank you so very much, Rick Balderrama, Indio, Qvo Radio. Thank you to everybody else that was on here today. Carrie Karina, Carla
Yes.
Cristina, Vince Martinez,
Marcus Daniels.
Marcus Daniels, Norma Salazar, Lina Segura, TDK. Thanks very much for bringing up the fireman thing. That was really awesome.
Yes.
Wasn't
Alfonso, Vince,
Guys.
Velma,
Yeah, there you go.
everybody. Yeah.
Rita Cappuccina.
Yes.
All of y'all, thank you so very much for joining us. You guys are the ones that make this show what it is. And thank you so very much for being here. Have a great day. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Hasta luego. Bye-bye.
Te echo de menos y no puedo dejar de pensar en ti. En las noches que no estás, sueño yo de ti y me duele que te hayas ido. Quisiera escuchar el timbre de tu voz llamándome cuando dices lo mucho que me quieres y que quieres volver. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Ya ves que no es así, no vas a volver y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti para seguir viviendo. escuchar el timbre de tu voz llamándome cuando dices lo mucho que me quieres y que quieres volver. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Pero ya no es así, no vas a volver, y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Ya ves que no es así, te fuiste de mí, dejando malherido a mi corazón. Pero no es así, no vas a volver, y no quiero yo seguir si no estás aquí conmigo. Necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti, necesito yo de ti para seguir viviendo. Necesito yo de ti para seguir